Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do the 3-month real-world test on the Eufy E25 robot vacuum cleaner. Now I did buy this robot vacuum cleaner with my own money. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to give it my 3-month score. Now I did purchase this robot vacuum cleaner with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. But if you want to find all the robots that I highly recommend, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. I'm also going to showcase, I bought the kit from Eufy to replace all the parts on here. You can find those also on my website, justadadapproved.com. And if you purchase any product in this video or on my website, I use links. So if you purchase that product, I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on it, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. So in this video, we're going to walk through how to do all the maintenance. And then I've got a scoring system here. At the end of it, we're going to see, does it earn the Just a Dad Buy It sticker? Does it add the Just a Dad Wait for a Deal? Or does it earn the Skip It sticker? Now let me start off by saying there's been a little troubled history with the Eufy E25 and the E28. Now, this is my second E25. My first one lasted about a month and a half, and I had a mop roller error. Also with the first one, it was dripping dirty water when it was originally cleaning. And they did send a new dirty water tank that has this little lip on it right here. So you do get the new dirty water tank for free. They did repair this robot for free. It took about 2 weeks to get another robot. That first of all, I had to send mine in. I didn't send the whole unit in. I just sent this in thinking they would just repair this, but they sent me my robot back, but then I had to contact them and then send everything back in, and then I got a whole new base and everything. So a little confusing, but Eufy support was relatively good. You use it all through the app and through email, and it was one of the quickest supports I've ever had. Now I did end up taking the Eufy, the original one, to my house for a little while. I took this one, then I brought this one back to the studio for a while, and it's been doing okay. Let's go through. This is a budget. This is not a flagship. So let's go to cleaning history. This has got 25 uses on it. Again, this is my second unit. The first unit had almost 35 units or 35 uses on it before it failed. So it looks like we're doing really good. It does make it back to its dock. It's got a relatively good cleaning pattern. The app is easy to use. It does a good job of mapping your home. It just lacks what I consider flagship features in the app. I have been trying all the Eufy lab settings, and I have a video on advertising versus reality, which it did fail at. More settings. Accessory services. Now, you can see side brush. We're going to be replacing the side brush. Dirt, debris, water, dirty water reservoir I do like it does have a video of how to do it. You can purchase the stuff. We're also going to be doing the reset here. Reset the timers. Now, one thing you're going to notice right away is this thing. Now, its obstacle avoidance is actually pretty good. It just likes to run into furniture a lot and kind of get it. It's got lots of scrapes and bumps on it. So it does have LiDAR. It doesn't necessarily get caught on cables and different things. It just gets too close to furniture and kind of gets jammed into different things. So this is very, very evident. So first thing we're going to do is we got to kind of wipe the sensors down. That's a lint-free cloth. Make sure there's nothing in the LiDAR. We're going to push. This is the bumper. There is a little sensor here, which can be a little hard around back. These are sensors here. This all looks good and nothing here. Okay, so let's take this off. There is the dustbin. Now this has vacuumed up some water, which you're going to see. Everything looks good here. Press this button here. That's going to release the dirty water tank. And this is where the biggest hassle for this robot comes from, is this dirty. I like that it comes out and is removable, but it's got quite a bit of maintenance on it. And that's what these little filters are for and stuff, which I'm going to go over. There's the mop roller. We're going to even have to do some stuff on this. You got to get that to pop down. I forget how you get that to pop down. Okay, don't take the dirty water tank off yet. When you flip it upside down, this brush roller will expose this little clip here. You can press that, and now I can lift that out. And now I can take the dirty water tank out. Now we are going to have to do some cleaning here. Again, I did have it clean up a really big mess, but in general, this thing, I mean, unless it's just doing some light cleaning, it does require quite a bit of maintenance. Now we're going to go up here. We're going to take these off. This is going to need cleaning. They do give you a new door. I don't need a new door yet. Everything looks in good shape. These are a little tricky. You got to first pull them this way, rotate, and then it comes off. Now this all stays. This is kind of a, you got to be very careful. This is very small plastic, which I could definitely see that definitely getting broke. Now we're going to do the same here. First pull it this way, rotate, and then pull it off. We can wash this. I have had a few hair wrap instances. For long hair, this thing does okay. It's not the best. For the side brushes, we're simply going to be careful that does come out. These have definitely, they haven't come off. I know original Eufys, these things like to come off. Just pop it on. We have more, these are the cliff sensors. Right here, and here, and there's even one kind of buried right here on both sides. Wipe those down. My wheels are in good shape. I don't see anything here. Let's change this one. Again, just pull it straight up and put your new one on. And we're going to wipe this down later. Nothing really here. So this stayed relatively clean. One thing I do wish it had a cover that went over the mop roller. It lifts the mop roller, just not super high. All right, now let's take a look at the dustbin. There's a clip here, rotate that. You're gonna take this. Now, this has definitely vacuumed up some water. So this is reusable, but you do have to replace it once in a while. So we're gonna take that to the sink. We're gonna take this whole thing. We've gotten some water in here. This definitely needs a real thorough cleaning. And with that being said, again, I do have some dirt in here that it vacuumed up. This doesn't get too dirty, but it is easy to change. We'll wipe this down a little bit. We'll do a hack. There's a hack for the dirty water tank I'm going to show you. The clean water tank, you know, they show a little filter down in there, but there's no way of getting access to it. So the cleaning solution, this thing, it doesn't hardly use any solution. This thing fills completely full still. So I don't know. There's no settings to like adjust how much it uses. I put a little bit of cleaning, my own cleaning solution in the clean water tank. The dust bag, you're simply going to pull up here. It doesn't have a whole bunch in it. I have replaced it once and it's gotten wet on the inside. And you can see where the wetness is kind of coming up. So a new one, you're simply going to slide it in, make sure that's down, and close that. On the bottom, I could take this off, which I might, and clean that since it has vacuumed up so much water. It's just little Phillips screws. Once you got the screws out, it simply just comes out. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm taking that off. I'll wipe this down. There's even dirt kind of going up into there a little bit. Now we're going to wash this. It does an okay job of washing this, but I can tell there's quite a bit of dirt in here still. Here's where the most challenging part's going to be. Lift this up. We got to take this out. This is a little tricky to get this lever here. Sometimes I just pull it like that. But you want to use this handle. Okay, it's just kind of hard to get your fingers on it. Okay. Lift this handle up. We're going to take this to the sink, clean it, take this to the sink. These little filters, again, little handles. These have to be replaced after a while, but you can get water to flow through here. I'm not sure exactly how long they would last, but eventually they will need replaced. And then there's another little handle right here. Again, it's got a little flapper on it right there. But you can get water to flow through here, and then you're going to clean all of this. That's as far as it comes apart. Okay, let me show you a cleaning trick on the dirty water tank. Now, as you can see, this robot actually, it does work. I mean, you can see there is quite a bit of dirt on there. They've really reduced the amount of water it uses because they had that dirty water tank leak early on. So it does still clean relatively good. It's just kind of hard to maintain. Now, here we've got the world famous Just a Dad cleaning brush from Walmart for $5. I have a section on my website, justadadapproved.com, where you can purchase all these products. with links. And again, this is the best stuff, scrubbing bubbles. This kills all the bacteria. And then at the end of it, we're going to put an Effordent tablet inside here. Every time you rinse it, you empty this, I just rinse it out real quick and then I put a tablet in. So let's clean the dirty water tank. These things get really dirty and stinky. Okay, I've got it rinsed out. Now again, every time I empty it, I just put an Effordent tablet. It sits down there, it dissolves. As the dirty water comes up, it kills all the odor in it. There's a lot to clean here. This is the most parts to clean on any robot vacuum cleaner I've done so far. Now, the nice thing is it's meant to be worked on. It just, a lot of parts. So let's do the filter first. This is reusable. Now, it did get wet there, so that can be a little tricky to clean, but the hardest part is drying this. You got to put it on a register if it's the winter time or outside in the sun. All right, that's clean. Now the rest of this stuff's going to be pretty simple till we get to the small parts. But this brush works great for everything. We'll get that all cleaned. That cleaned up real well. This will clean up real easy. Don't lose these little pieces. This will be a little tricky because this got wet. This is the dustbin. Getting water inside there. We want to get that nice and clean. Yeah, okay, good. I can open it up even more. There's a little tab right here. Good. I forgot about that. So I want to get this is extremely dirty. And we want to pay particular attention to this little flapper right here. Get that all nice and clean. We don't want that blocking up. Now the dirty water tank, this is probably the hardest part to clean. We might want to use scrubbing bubbles because it gets a odor inside of it too. It's a little hard to get brushes inside here to clean that. I reckon, oh boy, it kind of stinks already. Yeah, I can really smell it. This is a little easier to get the brushes in this side. You can see there's quite a bit of dirt. And so take your time with this. This takes the most time and it's the most intricate. Now with that brush that I had you get at Walmart, it does have a little brush. It comes with this little straw brush, which can do wonders inside here. So now even this, I'll coat this. This is going to have a bunch. You can get a little bit more life out of this. It's going to have a bunch of dirt embedded in it. If you use the brush, yeah, it's got a lot of dirt embedded in it. So we do need to clean this once in a while. It's like a paintbrush roller, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of dirt inside that brush. So while the base station does clean it, it doesn't clean it the best. None of them really do. What else we got? Yeah, these get really dirty. The door, don't forget the door. This little piece here is pretty easy to clean. It's got a little flapper here. That little thing opens up. Again, these are the hardest. I'll spray stuff on them. You know, I do recommend just replacing them after a while. But you can shoot water in there and you'll see it coming out. But I do like to get as much life as we can out of these. This little one here, you can shoot water. Yeah, see, you can shoot water in and you'll see water coming out. So that tells me it's relatively good. Okay, now if you're like me and you're always in a hurry, this works really well for blowing these parts dry. Now you definitely want to make sure this is dry before you use it again, but this is going to help get it dry a lot quicker. Same with the dustbin. you can blow it off. You can get this almost perfectly dry within a couple minutes if you just keep drying it off and blowing it off. Same with these little filters. Now these don't have to be dry, but it's, and I would definitely make sure the door, you can even, this won't get this perfectly dry, but you can speed the process up. You really should invest in an extra one of these. And this should be this should be cleaned every couple weeks, not every 2 months like the app says. And again, all this maintenance is exactly the same. The Eufy E25 and the E28, they're the exact same robot. The base stations are different. All right, I got a wet rag. We're gonna wipe things down. This is a scraper. The scraper is actually really dirty. You may want to get a brush. There's where it sucks the water up. We may want to clean that. Now you don't want to get water inside the robot, but we are going to have to do a little bit of cleaning. There's like be careful, that's like a wire. We do want to lift this up. There's where it sprays the water out. This is kind of dry material. We're going to go up top now. Now be careful, again, these are very delicate. And there's a membrane right here. See that really thin membrane? We don't want to break that. That ruins the robot. But we do have to clean. This is hard plastic right here. We can clean the membrane, just be very careful. The comb is a little tricky to clean. That did a good job. Now you'll definitely want to get the blower. There's a carpet sensor here, so be careful of that. But overall, let's just kind of take a look. Maybe I'll turn this down one. The most challenging part is this scraper right here, and there's a little ledge right here. That has been the most challenging part to get clean. Everything else is pretty good, easy. Over here, there's a little bit to clean up down here. This is a plastic tube. Maybe I'll just... I've got the dust bag out, so I'm blowing air up that, but I gotta really need to wipe this down. Okay, let's put this on. Looks like it's very easy to put back on. These are just number 2 Phillips. Don't screw them down super tight. Okay, let's turn our attention over here. The black one's going to go on the black one. You got to kind of rotate this, hold this. It should click on. See how that went in there and clicked? Now pull it towards you, rotate it, then push it. It just kind of stays there. Sometimes it kind of floats out a little bit, but it should. I don't necessarily like this design. It doesn't feel too sturdy. A little bit of room for error, in my opinion. Now again, the gray one goes on this side. Pull it, rotate it. Yeah. Okay, it's in. It didn't feel like it was in, but it is in. There's nothing to really kind of hold it. Now get the door. The front feet go in, rotate it, click it into place. You're good to go. All right, let's get the mop roller. I've elected to put a new one on. Rotate it. Line this up. It should click into place. There. See how that's flush? Over here, let's put this in. That rubber hose should go right down there. Make sure that's nice and flush. A little bit of work to do over here now. There's a little area. Now these have to make sure that that's Nice and flush. And then this one, line that up with that hole right there. Push it in. Don't forget this one. Goes like this. It's curved. It'll only go one way. But that, yeah, just keep pushing down. And then make sure this is seated and nice and flush. And then there's a track here. Put it in the track. Yeah, see, put it in the track. And make sure it's nice and flush. Let's go up to the dustbin. This was kind of challenging to get it dry, but it did need cleaned. All right, there's a notch cut out. We're going to put the notch and the handle up. Rotate this down. Clicks into place. The handle has to be up, so these little ears go in and down. Now, I do have the E28. It's, in my opinion, everything's the same. The robot is identical. The base station's different. It's got this carpet cleaner, which this is extremely heavy. Okay, which it's kind of a nice design. Just it's super heavy, which it's not a recommend for me. I would rather have a $99 portable spot cleaner from Bissell or Shark instead of this all-in-one. And this makes it very, very loud when it's auto emptying and sucking out the dirty water. So the cleaning procedures for the robot are exactly the same. Its base station's the same. And again, here's its robot. It's been doing okay. I haven't put it through, well, it did lose a brush. Got a bunch of hair wrap. I didn't put it through a bunch of testing. It's just been doing normal work. Let's see, its filter. Yeah, ooh boy, it's dirty. So yeah, I gotta make sure we gotta do some maintenance on this. Just wanted to show you they're exactly the same. This is where I've been doing my robot vacuum cleaner testing. P50's undergoing testing. The 705 I don't recommend, but it's down here doing more testing. The S1 I do recommend, but just for if you have a garage, it's just a good mop. Got quite a few more robots down here undergoing testing. Quite a few more down here. Got quite a few here and quite a few here undergoing testing. And the P50's cleaning the basement right now. This is the retirement community. These are, sometimes they're being produced, sometimes they're not, but they're kind of older robots. And here's more retired robots. All right, let's reset debris tray. I did reset that, I did clean that. That's gonna reset the timer. Filter, it's been reset. Sensors, reset. Now there's maintenance and then there's replace. So the mop, the roller mop, I did replace it, so I can hit reset. So there's, I do like this. This is very well organized. Side brush, it's even got a place you can purchase them, a little video. That, all robots should be this good as far as how this works. The sewage tank small filter, it's got 160 hours left on it. The main filter, the mop roller, yeah, dust bag should replace when full. And cleaner, yeah, it doesn't tell you much about the cleaner. Now this is for the E25 and the E28. It does have a rather large hassle factor. So hassle-free is 3 out of 5, you know. If it's not very much hassle, it gets full 5 stars. Hair pet test, it does an okay job. Corner sweep, that's probably its shining moment. It does have that side brush that goes in the corner, but the mop pad doesn't. Vacuum and mopping is just okay. It does actually mop relatively well. Vacuuming is just okay. The clutter test, it doesn't get super stuck, but I had to downgrade it a little bit because of the navigation issues of it bumping into stuff. 3.5, which is not a very good score for the type of robots that I review. It is, I'm really hesitant about this wait for a deal just because of the problems I've had with it. I'm coming out with this new index. Cost per month or year is 120 bucks. A month is $10 a month. You've got to purchase filters. And so over a year, you're going to spend $10 a month. Now, what I didn't like, and I'll have all this on my website, justadadapproved.com. The dirty water tank had the issue, and we had to get a new one. If you're not familiar with that, the original dirty water tanks did not have this little rubber lip. Now, they sell an upgraded version now, and I think the old ones have all been, I don't know, you may end up with an old one, but if you don't have this little rubber thing right here, you've got the old tank, and they will give you a new tank for free. But you got to contact them and get it.
Water tank installed.
And then they updated it where it doesn't use as much water. Okay, yeah, the dirty water tank is kind of a hassle. The auto empty is loud. No cover for the mop roller. I do want a cover because that mop roller gets pretty wet and then it lifts it up, but for normal carpet, it's going to drag it on there. There's no vacuum before mop. You would have to have it do a complete house vacuum or vacuum and then go back and vacuum and mop. It's kind of cumbersome. Most robots have a setting now that says vacuum before mop. And yeah, it runs into a lot of stuff. That's pretty evident. No AI sensor. So I did the ad versus reality. It failed miserably. So I don't know. It doesn't sense a liquid spill and shut the vacuum off and do a detailed mopping. What's it good at? The app is very good, as we saw. Setup is super easy. And it is a good mopping robot. It just has some limitations. Retails for $879. You know, right now it's $700. During Black Friday, it was $600. I didn't even recommend it at $600. You know, this is not a premium flagship robot. And that price is approaching premium. So I'd like to see, if this thing was down under $500, if you could get this for $500, I would probably say get it, but it's going to have some limitations to it. Now, if you want to see a flagship, the Roborock Curve 2 Flow is performing amazing. It doesn't have a side brush, but wow, it's just really good so far. I've also done the same video on the Dreamy Aqua 10. It did not get my stamp of approval. So the Eufy E25 is going to get the Just a Dad approved sticker, wait for a deal. Because I'm really hesitant. I'm really thinking I should put skip it on it just because, but when I watch it clean, it does clean. Like if you're doing everyday cleaning, it's doing an okay job, but I do wish it had a cover or at least vacuum before mop setting. I know you can have a vacuum vent and then go back and, but it's doing double duty. Then it's going to go back and vacuum and mop. So this one's a tough one to be, I want to like it because if a price comes down, then it's going to be okay. So keep that in mind. It has to be below $500 before I would recommend it, but keep in mind it's going to have you are going to have some limitations. So I'm going to keep using that robot some more. I'm on the fence. That sticker may come off later in my, the best place to go to where we'll have the most updated is my website, justadadapproved.com. Again, on there, I'll have links to where these parts I use, the tools I use, the best upgrades. There's really no upgrades for this one. The Eufy S2, I guess it's been recalled or something. I ordered it, but my order got canceled. So I have no idea. I've just seen some stuff on Facebook. There's a Facebook group page of Eufy products, and they've been getting texts. I didn't get a text, or I didn't get an email or anything. They just canceled my order on Amazon. So not sure what's going on with that one, but I will be getting it as soon as I can. Sounds like they may have had a problem with it. So again, mop rollers are the future. This is an early design. It had some problems. Their customer support was pretty good, other than they seemed like they wanted to really help. We got mixed up on some things, and it was all through the app, which was kind of good. Because it said the error code came up in the app because had a red and fail, and it said, do you want to send this to Eufy? And I said, yeah, I'll send it to Eufy. And then that started the whole ticket, and that was nice. But again, all my robots that I recommend, again, if it's got my Just a Dad sticker of approval, it'll have all the robots or the videos to back it up. The unboxing I've got, the setup I've got, the review, the how to do the maintenance, the real world testing. And as you can see, I'm pretty on the fence about this one. So if you can find a good deal on it, do not pay. This is not a full price robot. It's not even a $700 robot. This is a sub $500 robot. So again, thanks everybody. If you found this video helpful, hit the like, subscribe button. My job is to get you the best robot at the best price. I want to prevent you from spending your good money on a bad robot. There's lots of bad robots out there. If you bought this anywhere around $600 to $800, that's too much money for that type of robot. So again, to find the best robots, justadadapproved.com.